Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you. Another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, hey folks, I'm putting video series videos I do for the wino where I go over there and try out food and drink items. I eat stuff, I drink stuff, and folks, I'm going to talk about stuff. I'm going to let you know all you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff that time I'm doing this, folks. We might be going back a little bit of a ways with this particular review today. We're talking like, maybe not the Charleston, but like maybe not that long after the Charleston. But I'll get to that. I'm going to drink some stuff or eat some stuff. I'm going to talk about it. I'm doing so in the truck, as y'all can see. I don't have on a crappy work shirt. I have on a nice work shirt because we just got these ones recently, and it's literally just been in my truck for, I don't know, a month or so now, something like that, for the end of January. And, I hadn't worn it up until literally today, so it is a work shirt, but it's not a grody work shirt. But it is still a work shirt, and I am still in the truck, so typically that means that I was on my way home from a place, I found a thing to review. That's not the case today, though. This is actually another situation where I've gone over there and I preemptively put things in my truck so that I could review them after I got off work. So what am I reviewing, and why is it old-timey? Because we're doing boom! We're doing Fritz! We're doing, Fitz's Premium Shirley Temple Soda. It's caffeine-free since 1947. So yeah, that's past the, I don't know exactly when the Charleston was. I want to say like the 20s. So it was a while after the Charlestons. After World War II. 75 years anniversary Shirley Temple Soda. I know I've had a Shirley Temple before. I think I had Boland's not too long ago. Like, they had a brief period where the Speedway by my house went over there and they had like a Shirley Temple from Boland's. It wasn't great. It was kind of just a red soda tasting thing. So I'm hoping that this one, what with it being from 1947, be a little bit closer, because I'm certain that I've had them in the past. I think when I was a lot younger. 170 calories per bottle. Apparently has a cash refund in certain states, though not in the one that I'm from. But yeah, I got this a few weeks ago at a place called Rocket Fizz in St. Charles. I've done reviews of a number of things from there, but they are a like soda and candy specialty shop. If you're ever making your way through Illinois, I definitely suggest giving them a check out because they are all types of wonderful stuff. So let's try some fancy looking soda that, might have seen better times. Let's give it a go. Do you twist? You do. I don't think you should twist. I think the twist came later, didn't it? Ooh. It's very fragrant. Very different than the Boland's one, I remember. All right. Maybe I haven't had a Shirley Temple before. It's definitely different than the Boland's one, for sure. It's a lighter flavor to it, but it's not entirely dissimilar. The Boland's one was more heavy, and it had, the taste was more, I guess, robust, more impressed upon the drinker. This one, it's a little bit lighter, but that's not to say it's not flavorful. I don't know what the hell this is supposed to be, if I'm entirely honest with you. In my head, Shirley Temple was, well, I mean, aside from being the famous child actress, in my head it was like cherry flavored. Maybe? I can maybe see it being sort of a cherry flavor. Kind of like, I did a review recently of a maraschino cherry cola. I don't think it's up yet, but at least I know it's not up the top and I'm doing this. I don't know if it'll be up at the time I post this one. It reminds me a little bit of that. Like, it's kind of cherryish, but it's like way sweeter than you would think, sort of, for a cherry soda. But then at the same time, it's not I don't know if sweet is the right word. Because it's not like an overly sweet soda, actually. It's fairly light in what it is. I guess it's some sort of fruit flavor. I'm going to go with sort of a cherry-ish. But I think it is something along the lines of like a maraschino cherry or something like that. Where it's not really like the real proper cherry aspect of it. Because cherries, they typically have like different dimensions. You get tart ones and ones that are stronger and weaker, what have you. This one, I feel like it's just sort of working with the sweetness, like the sweet cherry aspect, if it is indeed cherry. And I'm not convinced that it is. That's really me just kind of, it's a combination of my perception of what I thought it would be, and then me just kind of grabbing for something. Because it is some sort of a fruit flavor, but it's not like super, it's not jumping out at me. I mean, as a drink, it's okay. It's a fairly smooth drink. The carbonation level isn't particularly strong. It's okay. I can appreciate the fact that it's somewhat lighter on the palate than the Bolin's, but even like certain other drinks. Yeah, I mean, I can kind of go with it. It's just the non-distinct aspect of it is what's really throwing me. And because it's non-distinct, it just tastes, I guess, weaker than it feels like it should. Like almost like I'm drinking a diet drink or something, even though this clearly isn't. Nor does it taste like that. It doesn't have the strength of flavor that I would expect. Even though, like I said, it's not an unflavorable drink. It's just, I think by modern standards, maybe, it just doesn't hold up to something like a Fanta or a Crush. It's okay. I'll put it this way. This falls in the category of drinks where I'm happy they're still making it. I'm happy it exists. Because at the end of the day, I like variety. And I think more variety is better than less variety. Even if it's not always something that's going to be a go-to thing for me. That's what this falls under. Because as a drink, I like it okay. But 2 questions have to be asked. Would I get it again? Would I recommend it? No, and not terribly. I don't think that I would get this one again. Especially, like, if I'm at a Rocket Fizz, they have, like, a huge variety of sodas. I mean, typically I get, like, 6 at a time, because I'll just get a 6-pack's worth. I mean, I just can't see this one being one that would filter its way back in anytime soon. Because it's not bad, and it's interesting for what it is, but it's also not particularly remarkable or something that, really works that well with my palate. Even though, again, I don't dislike it. As for other people, I just feel like this is one of those things where maybe this is one of those sodas that certain sodas from the past, be they like Coke or Dr. Pepper or even a lot of the root beers or Verner's is a great example. They do, at least in my opinion, a great job of translating into modern shelves. This one, I don't think it really does that. I think that if you were to, try it if you want. It's not a bad drink, but I think if you're already attuned to contemporary sodas, I don't think this has enough oomph. And I think, like I said, I think its non-distinct flavor kind of hurts it. I want it to be more definite in what I'm drinking. But ultimately, it's not bad, and I guess Fitz is apparently more of a root beer company. I don't know if I've ever had Fitz's root beer. But maybe I'll go over there and I'll give that a shot at some point and see how they do with that. Anyway, 5 things before I get out of here, folks. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of your week, monumental rest of your month, stupendous rest of your year. Folks, you can go over there and have yourselves a truly Charleston-tastic rest of your life, because what with the Charleston and such. insert old-timey joke. Whenever they need like a Great Depression era joke, just tag in the Charleston. I've never seen anybody do the Charleston, with the exception of like animated versions of it. I don't know the history of the Charleston. I don't think the Charleston's coming back in a big way anytime soon. But I do know that it came from that black and white era. Thank you, Simpsons. Anyway, final two things. Number one, try to bring some positivity in the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But what you do if you can't do it all the time. I know I can't do it all the time. Here's what you're going to do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. Now, folks, it's not always the easiest thing in the world to do. Trust me, I know it. I know it because I live it. Okay? As much as I try to be a positive individual, people say, Brandon, you're such an uplifting guy and everything. I try to be, but I'm not all the time. People who know me know that that's just not the case because I can't be that guy all the time. There's times in my life where I'm frustrated and stressed out about this, that, or the other thing, and, I might be tempted to be a bit of an asshole. It has been known to occur. But it's important when we do run into those situations, take a step back, try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives, hopefully do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, maybe you're going to go over there and maybe you're going to watch this review of Fitz's Shirley Temple since 1947 that I've done here today. And maybe you're going to be like, okay, but what other old-timey drinks can we go over there and bring back and have it a full-on resurgence? Anybody else when they were a little kid? Maybe like maybe like a grown-up kind of party that you got dragged to and they made you dress up and shit. You ever go over to the bar? I don't think you could do this these days. Go over there and order up a kitty cocktail? Oh, yeah, man, that was a good time, man. Where's that, man? Let's bottle that shit up, man. I could do that. Or conversely, maybe don't go over there and go back into some old-timey drink nonsense. I mean, if you want to, go ahead. I got a friend who makes mead. I've never had any of it, but he assures me it's good. Maybe at some point in time I'll try some on the show. But he was the guy who got me the gravy candy. So I ate gravy candy, by the way, for the show. Go watch that episode. Make it worth it. Or conversely, maybe just go over there instead of doing that. Maybe go over there and get yourself some established old-timey soda like your Dr. Peppers, your root beers, what have you, and have yourself a good old time.